What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another night in the snake room. Tonight I do have to feed a couple more things that I haven't been able to feed in the last couple videos. I always have stuff to feed, but I figured these couple things you guys might want to see. I do need to feed the white-lipped tree vipers, which you guys haven't really seen in a little while, eat. And I do need to feed my 3 eastern diamondback rattlesnakes because they always have to eat, and they are pretty much my favorite rattlesnakes. So we're going to get them fed tonight, and maybe if you're lucky, we'll get a couple other things fed too. Okay guys, so here I have my 2 white-lipped tree vipers. I have my male and my female. These guys I got when they were pretty much babies from a good friend of mine, Thomas. I'm going to try and feed the female here first. She is actually finally eating pinkies for me. Usually I would have to pin these guys, which I'm going to have to do in the male. You guys will see here that in a minute, and get them to eat. So I'm going to try and feed her this pinky in the cage. Hopefully she will take it. Now these guys are pit vipers, so they do have the heat sensing pits on the front of their face. So that was a little defensive strike there. Come on, baby. So sometimes it's a pain in the butt to feed them, sometimes it's not. Well, her, she's not always a pain in the butt, but the male is always, and you guys will again see that here shortly. So with the baby tree vipers, especially this kind, you do have to tease them quite a bit. Come on, you want it? Don't tell me I have to take you out and do this the hard way. Come on. You don't want to, do you? Don't go in my face. Come on. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to take her out and do this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pin her anyway, because it looks like she's not going to eat. Last time I did actually get her to eat without a problem, but again, sometimes this has to be done. Now, I could sit here for 20-30 minutes each snake and try and get them to eat, but it's not really easy that way. Normally I would try and feed them rat tails, but the full-blown pinky is a little bit better for them than just a rat tail. So once she does actually get her mouth on it, nope, come on. So I'm very gently pushing down on her head, not really hurting her in any way. As you can see, she can shoot out. Come on, baby, open that mouth. Open that mouth. No, I need you to stand up. There we go. Come on. Why are you not opening your mouth? Sometimes this is extremely frustrating. Come on, over here. Over here. There we go. Nope, okay. Looks like we're moving to a rat tail. So I'm going to try this instead. It's a rat tail, just very simply cut off a defrosted rat. This is from a small rat. This is a little easier to help get down her throat for this process, because as soon as you get it down her throat, it's usually cakewalk from there pretty much. They'll just take it down themselves. So. Open your mouth. There we go. Alright, so now that I got it in her throat, she's already starting to walk it down. So once she gets about 3 or 4 pushes in with her fangs, when she starts walking down through it, then I can actually take her back and put her in the cage. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put her up now. drop it. Don't drop it. So there she is, beautiful female white lips tree viper. Alright, so I'm gonna let her eat that meal, close that up. Now we have to do the male. Okay, so the male is up here in the top corner. Now he's a lot smaller than the female. When I got them, they were the same size, but the females actually grow a lot faster than the males do. So, let's see, grab this nice little rat tail right here. Put him on the floor, just like the female. Boop. So as you can see, there's a tremendous size difference in these guys. The females just grow faster than the males. They get fed the same all the time. So we gotta go ahead and give me this. Here, you don't want to bite it, do you? For shits and giggles. No, I can't even hold the damn thing. You want this? Do you want it? No? I didn't think so. Okay. So now, to pin him, can you turn around this way for me? Hey, over here. Over here. There we go. So, because he's a little smaller, he's a little bit more fragile, so I have to be a little bit more careful when doing this. There we go. No, don't death roll. No. Alright, so him, I do put his down his throat just a little bit more than the female, just because he does like to spit his food out. Now, these guys are sexually dimorphic in a way because the males have a white stripe that goes from their lip all the way down to the tip of their tail that pretty much separates the belly from their back scales. Okay, sorry I had to fast forward that. This is taking incredibly long, but it's normal. I'm used to it. So, he's already about halfway done with that. I'm at the point now where I feel comfortable. I can put him back in his enclosure and he'll be able to finish this up in there. He's very picky when it comes to feeding him pinkies and stuff. When I do get him to eat a pinky, I literally have to cut the legs off because as soon as the legs touch his mouth, for some reason he freaks out and spits it back out. So, not really sure why he does that. He's the only snake I've ever had do that, but that's why it's a lot easier to give him a rat tail versus a pinky right now. Now, as he gets a little bit bigger, like the female, I will be able to give him pinkies probably more comfortably, but until then, he is going to be getting nice, warm rat tails. Crikey, he's got two tails. One in his tail ass end, and the other one sticking out of his mouth. I know I'm weird. Are you super zoomed in on me right now? You're super zoomed in on me, aren't you? Oh no. I see that, Tom. You're smelling me as you're eating your food. Classic. So we're going to go ahead and close him up. The female's actually done already. She powers down her meals. Him takes his sweet time. Okay, so we got a couple more snakes to feed. Let's go feed them now. Okay guys, so in this cage is my female cobra. I finally got her set up, but we're not feeding her. I'm going to let her be. That's kind of why I have the odd newspaper over it, so that she doesn't get disturbed by me being in the room. But the 3 easterns that are below her, we're going to go ahead and try and get them fed right now. Let's see. So this one is I believe my male, yeah. Now I know this one's my male because if you come on over here, guys, and look right there on the loop, there's a double diamond. So that double diamond lets me know that that's my male because he's the only one that actually has this double diamond or two diamonds joined together. The other two females do not have that at all. So we're gonna go ahead and find a small rat for him. We're gonna go ahead and open this up. I know you want it. I know you want it. Boom! That was a good strike. There's a lot of venom there, buddy. So we're gonna go ahead and set that right there. We're gonna close that up. Next, we're gonna do the het albino. I'm gonna save my other female last because she won't eat if I'm in the room. Really weird, don't know why, but she won't. So, but this fat girl absolutely loves to eat. So she's actually super aggressive. I have not had time to work with her like some of my other rattlesnakes. Bro, you didn't even like, let me get it in there. Jesus, okay, it's yours, relax. Exactly my point. Absolutely loves to eat. She is beautiful. I cannot wait until she gets bigger. She's such a high yellow because she is the het albino. You're so pretty. I need to start working with you very, very soon. So, before I feed her, let's feed the Mojave. Because the Mojave definitely needs to eat. Okay, so down here I have my Mojave rattlesnake, guys. Again, don't know if this was a male or female. Now these guys are extremely dangerous because they could both have a hemotoxic and neurotoxic venom. Ooh, that was a good strike. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. So it's definitely not a snake you want to get bit by because of the fact that as they get older, their venoms can change. So I'm going to let that sit in there, let them eat that. All these guys are nice and fed from earlier this week. Oh, come on over here, guys. Take a look at this. So the uricone is actually deep in shed right now. Super awesome. So you can see the blue tint over the eyes. Oh, I can't wait. So as these snakes grow, their patterns stretch out. As that pattern stretches out, they pretty much change color. It's really neat. So I'm really excited to see what this snake looks like as it gets older. Hopefully I can find out what sex it is and then one day get, you know, the opposite sex for it so I can maybe breed them one day. So let's see. What else can we feed today? So right now the male is starting to eat the rat head first, which is perfect. This is actually one of the rats that I cut the tail off to feed the white-lipped tree vipers. The het albino is coming over to smell hers. So these are the high yellows I was talking about. So if you look at her, very high yellow color instead of white. My male, who is not high yellow, has mostly whites. Now the parents of this snake came from Central Florida. A lot of sand up there, so they blend in with the sand very well. So right now she's smelling out the rat, trying to find its head. That's its armpit. No? She's thinking about it. Yep, that's her head. And munch. Perfect. So honestly, I don't know how these guys distinguish what the head and the butt is. I would assume the butt smells like poop, but that's just my assumption. Oh. That's the wrong end. That's still the wrong end. Sometimes snakes do eat them backwards. It's okay. It's just easier for them to take the meals down because the legs fold back and slide down that throat a lot easier. So the male is powering down his meal right now. But while these two start to eat their rats, let's go ahead and feed some more snakes. Alright, so the Mojave started to eat her little pinky, or its pinky. I did pull out too many pinkies than I actually thought, but I'm going to go ahead and try and feed the South American again. And I just ate about a little less than a week ago. But I want the snake to grow up nice and healthy, so I'm going to go ahead and try and feed it. I would try to feed the Eurocone too, but it's in the shed, so alright. Super cool. So these guys are aggressive when they eat, definitely. Close that up. She's got that in her mouth. I'm happy she's going to eat that. So I took a shot in the dark and put the mouse pinky in front of the female, and she actually took it. So I don't think it's going to be too much food for her because the rat tail isn't really too much, and I didn't give her a big piece. So I'm hoping she's actually going to eat this mouse pinky now. She took it by herself right off the tongs in the cage, so that's a really good sign. So hopefully this is something, you know, moving on to the future that she'll continue to do. So now I got to close this up very carefully because I don't want her to drop it. Perfect. So hopefully she'll start eating that. Let's go feed that last eastern diamondback rattlesnake. Alright guys, so the last snake in here that we're going to feed is my other female eastern. So she didn't eat for me last week, so I'm hoping she will eat this week. Now, she won't really eat in front of me, so we're going to go ahead and let her eat this, hopefully, or strike it and then leave it in there and leave the room. Oh, you don't like the water on your nose? So she's the one that was eating live for me for quite some time. I couldn't get her to eat frozen thawed, so I'm actually just going to leave that there for right now because I don't want her if she's not hungry. But the male is finished. He already wrapped his up. And the female down here is playing with hers, it looks like. She's pulled it a little bit across the cage. Let's see, the female white lip is finally starting to eat that pinky, so that's a really good sign as well. The Mojave is almost done. The South American, God, the South American's already almost done. Come look at this. Man, she powered that thing down quick. I wasn't expecting her to really eat that fast, but she just ate, like I said, I want to say less than a week ago now, so this is good. She's going to hopefully grow nice and fast because of this. The Mojave rattlesnake right below her is also done. Wrapping up the last little bit. Alright, so we got 2 more snakes to feed. I do have 2 rat pinkies left. Let's go ahead and actually, you know what? No, you guys don't get to see this. I'm going to film this for my Patreon only because my Patreons are awesome. If you guys would like to become a Patreon of mine, you will support pretty much everything I do with rescuing animals, feeding the animals, all that fun stuff. There's lots of different tiers, but you do get exclusive footage from many different things that I do around the house and also traveling and events that we do too. So if you guys would like to become a patron, again, definitely check out the link in the description below. So that's going to be it for you guys. So smash that like button if you haven't already. I will see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you are not already. Bye.